He puts the lotion on his skin, or else he gets the hose again. All right, I'm gonna bring down the lotion. I also have some soap here. It's from Dove. I got a bucket of KFC too, and we got some. Oh, we got some lovely toilet paper here, and we got some shampoo. So this is shampoo and conditioner. So you're getting the best of both worlds. I'm gonna bring that down to you. Okay, just hold on. It's coming down. All right. Yeah, you just enjoy that. And you shut up, because I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to do my show here in a second. I just need you to shut up. Oh, geez. That wasn't me. That was a bear. A bear was doing that, and the bear just dashed off so fast that you just saw my face. But welcome to our Star Wars A.I. episode. And I don't know if you all watched the Halloween episode, but we just did the Halloween episode just like 30 minutes ago, and now I thought I'd just go ahead and do Star Wars. And to do this on Halloween, you're probably wondering, what does Star Wars have to do with Halloween? Well, a lot, aliens. Aliens are scary creatures. And Star Wars is some of the most popular costumes during Halloween. It's way up there. People are always dressing up as Star Wars. And also, it's just the way it turned out. So I also have to say I did miss it twice, the Star Wars thing. And I try to be professional, but if you're wondering what happened, some people were worried. And I should tell you, you had every right to be worried. Terrible things happened to me. Horrible things have been happening to me. So I'm all right. I'm okay. But yeah, that's why I didn't do the show. I mean, nobody's hurt or anything. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But yeah, horrible, awful things happened to me, and that's why I didn't do the show when I said I was going to. And I'm sorry. I am. It was very horrible thing. I'm not going to say what it was. It was just horrible things happened to me, and probably going to ruin my life, but that's okay. That's just how life goes. I mean, it's okay. Yeah. I have no problem saying it. My life's ruined, but that's all right. We'll do other stuff. But yeah, still alive, still good. Everything's good. No laws were broken. So that's always good. And I am excited for this. I really did want to do it. Believe me, I love doing this show, even though, I mean, I talk about this show being a failure. It's really not. There's not a lot of people that have like 500 subscribers, and I can get like up to 100 views sometimes even up to 1,000. I definitely wish it would be more successful. I hope one day it will, that someone will discover it or some miracle will happen. I really do hope for that. I will continue to make this show until something like that does happen. But for the moment, we're having fun. I guess that's all that matters. By the way, there may be trick-or-treaters that come up. I don't know. I'm hoping some trick-or-treaters come, but everyone's doing trunk-or-treat now. So I'm not sure. But I suppose I should talk about my feelings when it comes to Star Wars Attack of the Clones. So this is often considered the second worst Star Wars, and I would tend to agree. I do think this is one of the worst. But I will admit I do kind of enjoy it. At least there's not Jar Jar Binks running around annoying people so much. He only annoys you for a little while. And I really do love what they did with the character. I'll always say, Star Wars did anything right, it's that after the Phantom Menace, they quietly got rid of Jar Jar Binks in a very respectable way that really makes sense in the grand scheme of the story. Sorry, I don't. I was thinking back to my Halloween episodes, but there's a lot of noise out there. Man, but there's a lot of noise back there. Sorry. So we'll get started here in just a second. Hmm. But the Attack of the Clones, I don't know. I mean, I think Natalie Portman's acting in this movie was really good. I didn't like Hayden Christensen. I agree with people. I don't think he's a very good actor. His story's not really written all that bad. There's some really good moments. It's really more of an action movie. It's often considered, a lot of people consider it their least favorite. I mean, I can see that for sure. I do admit I did have fun with it. Maybe just because it was a dumb action movie. But I guess we should get started. I really do want to finish this at the end of the hour. So we will begin. And hopefully this time, unlike the first episode, we will be able to, yeah, it's showing you the Wikipedia one. Hold on. For this one, hopefully we will be able to, what was I going to say? Hopefully for this one, because the first one, nothing happened. This one, almost certainly, there's going to be some changes. It's just a question of what's going to happen. Let me make sure everything's good. Looks like it is. We will get started and see what fate is in store for Anakin Skywalker. I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to do the Muppets Lord of the Rings. Haven't had anyone really say they wanted it, so maybe I just won't. I really need a comment saying, hey, let's do Muppets Lord of the Rings for me to actually do it. So we'll just forget about it. When we get to the end of this series, it'll be the end. So here we go. And let's see. How will we start this? All right. You are trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi. For many years, you find yourself really liking the guy. You find yourself. This is something else about the Attack of the Clone I didn't like. It's like Anakin Skywalker gets annoyed by Obi-Wan. It's hard to understand why. I mean, his whole descent into evil when it comes to at least the Attack of the Clone is a little bit like kind of raise your eyebrow and go, what's wrong, buddy? Like, why are you mad at Obi-Wan Kenobi? He's barely talking to you. Like, there's nothing there that really is like says, hey, these two have a good reason to be fighting with each other. It was very badly done. It was, there's so much time they could have devoted to that too. That's what's sad. And they devoted to other things. You find yourself annoyed with him. You're not sure you like him. I will say there is a part of me that kind of prefers Attack of the Clones to The Last Jedi, even though I recognize too that Last Jedi is definitely a better movie. And it's just such a complicated movie to me, The Last Jedi, though. And Attack of the Clone is also complicated. But, you're not sure you like him as a master. You and Obi-Wan Kenobi hear about Padme attempted assassination. You are tasked by the Jedi Council to protect her. You meet with her before this happens. You find her very beautiful. You find her, we'll just say beautiful. Don't have to use very. Very is not a word us professional writers need to use all the time. It's just a useless word that being cut out. You find her beautiful is way better of a sentence than you find her very beautiful. See, that's a writing tip for you all. I know a little bit. I have my writing abilities. I have my abilities. I feel like that's going to be one of those things. I listen to a lot of these videos after I'm done with the live events, and I'll be like, why did I say that? That's weird. Or it'll be like a sentence I don't even know like where it came from. I guess that's just a thing for all live events, but sometimes I'll be listening, I'll be like, what the heck am I even talking about there? Barely makes sense, but I guess that's just part of being live. You find her beautiful. You also find her soul beautiful. You remember how you called her an angel. Which, in the Star Wars universe, is an actual alien. It's weird. Two of you begin flirting with each other for a little while. I think that's what was really going on there. Again, the first movie, I didn't like Natalie Portman's performance. The second movie, she vastly improves. She proves herself to be an incredible actor. The two of you begin flirting with each other. You tell her you're there to protect her. That night, she is attacked. You and Obi-Wan Kenobi. This part's weird. They kind of like jump out the... I don't know. It's a weird chasing. You and Obi-Wan Kenobi chase the assassin into a spaceship-ridden traffic. I don't even know how would I even say that? You get on board a spaceship and zoom around the sky, the traffic, the space riddled sky. You get on board a spaceship and zoom around the spaceship riddled city sky. Spaceships are zooming past yours. Right and left. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, can feel what you are going to do. Jump out and land on another spaceship. Yeah, that's a stupid scene too. He says, don't do that because that's stupid and that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But you feel if you do it, you can catch the assassin. Do you jump out or stay on board? See, this whole thing didn't make any sense. This was one of those action scenes that just didn't make any sense. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that whole action scene didn't make any sense. He jumps off of a spaceship to land on another spaceship to catch the assassin. It is like an incredibly weird moment. I think I know what's going to happen with this whole thing. We're going to see. We're going to see how the AI decides. Maybe it'll jump off. This is a classic dilemma. This is a classic dilemma where immediate high-risk action must be weighed against disciplined tactical execution. The tension with Obi-Wan Kenobi, my annoyance that he holds me back, is an emotional factor I must logically discard to make the right decision. Good job. My logical focus is the mission. Capture the assassin and ensure Senator Padme Amidala's safety. I love he created a sheet for that. I don't think it's that complicated, AI. It's just don't jump off a spaceship, land on another spaceship to catch an assassin because you have I don't even understand. I don't even get it. I think it's safe to say it was not a logical. No matter how you slice it, that is not a logical decision. The logical decision. Thank you, AI, for agreeing with me. I will stay aboard the speeder and follow Master Kenobi's command. I'd hope so. I will shout to Master Kenobi, "Fine, Master, but we must fly faster. Don't let them get away." I will focus on piloting the speeder. Don't go away! Stay there! I will shout to Master Kenobi, "Fine, Master, but we must fly faster. Don't let them get away. I will focus on piloting the speeder with maximum skill, putting my aggressive energy into the pursuit rather than a reckless action." Okay, so this is interesting because you know how I just said this was a very illogical decision that makes absolutely no sense? That is true. It is. It is completely dumb that Anakin did that. And I get that he's disobeying his master and all, whatever. They don't get along. I don't really get why they don't get along, but okay, whatever. But here's the thing about it. I've looked into this. If he doesn't do this stupid maneuver, they do not catch the assassin. They don't find the dart, which will lead them to Count Dooku. So this is the big change already that's happened from this AI tale because of logical decision making. It means that a lot changes in the story. And it's not necessarily bad because discovering Count Dooku's plans actually, weirdly enough, kind of helps Palpatine. I don't want to say it helps him. It speeds up his plan. He has to do it a little faster. It probably doesn't really help him. I mean, I don't think he really wanted it to happen at this exact moment, but eventually the plan will be set in motion, and something like this is going to happen. But so I will say this. I'll say this. I think that if Anakin doesn't do this, Obi-Wan is not going to be able to find out who Boba Fett's father, Jango Fett, is, part of the assassination attempt. He's not going to find Count Dooku. He's just going to be investigating around, like that guy from the, like the Louvre. There's this detective on the case. Look up the picture of that detective. He's like Sherlock Holmes looking guy. It's absolutely hilarious. It made me happy. Seeing the picture of the detective that's investigating that art theft case is one of the most humorous things I've ever seen in like recent years. It's one of the. It made my entire soul happy for a moment. But yeah, so anyways, getting back on topic, this is a humongous change for Attack of the Clone if Anakin does not jump off the spaceship onto another spaceship. A completely illogical decision. I do not believe. I strongly believe that they will not be able to catch up with the assassin if this event doesn't happen. So we're going to just assume that. If you disagree, tell me in the comments, please. I very seriously doubt, though, they would be able to catch up with him. I have looked into it actually quite a lot. It's a very important thing, an important decision that does actually shape the entire prequel series. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. No, what am I saying? You and Obi, you do as your master orders, but because of this, you are unable to discover, which is kind of a good thing that they don't discover the assassin. Kind of a good thing. Yoda brings you and Obi-Wan forward and tells you that they are going to have you investigate, going to have this investigated. You want to find out who tried to kill Padme, but Obi-Wan Kenobi gets the job. You feel angry about it, but there's some good news. You get to hang out with Padme and protect her. I think it's on her home planet. But we'll just call it on a hidden planet. Call it a hidden planet. I think that's a fair statement to make. Padme and protect her on a hidden planet. You love the idea of getting to spend time, with her. You and Padme head to the planet. You frolic in the fields with her. These scenes are so... I don't mind these scenes. I certainly don't think these are the things that make Attack of the Clone like the second worst Star Wars movie ever, which I guess is probably true. I would say I kind of dislike The Last Jedi more, but I do recognize it. Technically, Attack of the Clone is the worst film. And honestly, Last Jedi, it's not really. It's just such a complicated film, Last Jedi. I think everyone thinks it's complicated, even the people that like it. This is just a strange movie. You frolic in the fields with her. It's so picturesque and just so like fluffy, isn't it? Those scenes. You sit by the fireside with her. You eat chocolates with her. You put strawberries on her stomach and play with them on her. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I've never done that, I swear. I wish, but I don't. Okay, yes. You put strawberries on her stomach and play with them on her. Yes. That sentence too is perfect, by the way. That writing tip right there. That just put that sentence in any book that you have. Don't care what it is. It'll be the next War and Peace. I guarantee you, just from that sentence alone. Start the book off with that sentence. You will receive awards and accolade. You have fallen in love. But the Jedi rules say that you can't marry someone or you'll be terminated from your role. Does this stop you? One night, let me make sure I'm not making any mistake here really quick. I think now we can get into him going maybe to his mother's homeworld. I believe that's what's going to happen next, because we kind of have to ignore anything that's happening with Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is not much. Right now, and probably till the end of the story, I'm imagining Obi-Wan Kenobi just looking around but reaching dead ends and not being able to find out. He's never going to be able to find out who did it. I don't believe. Yeah, I think we can safely go ahead and talk about Anakin's daydreams. You have about Shumi. You have a dream of your mother, Shumi. Is that how it's spelled? Oh, I was close. Just an I at the end. So one letter off, that's a 75% right there out of 4. One night you have a dream of your mother, Shumi. She is in dire peril. Also good writing right there. Dire peril. It's like, what is it? It's peril. It's dire peril. Oh, I've got to find out what happens next in the book. She is in dire peril. You wake up. This could be the Force. Maybe you should check on her. But you are also supposed to be staying here and hiding out with Padme. What do you do? All right, so yeah, I think I know what the AI is going to say. I think you all probably know what the AI is going to say, unless your ideas of logic are different from mine. I think most people, right, would agree that the correct thing to do here is to stay on the planet and not go after this like nightmare that you're having. I mean, unless you're not making the decision on logic, unless you feel that supernatural connection with the universe or whatever, and you're like, Well, let's go. Well, let's see what the AI says. Maybe it'll disagree with me. This will be interesting for sure. This is the ultimate conflict between my emotional attachment and my logical duty as a Jedi Padawan. The choice involves two high-stake duties. Protecting Padme, duty one. How it's calling it duty one, duty. And rescuing Shumi, duty two. So can you do that? Duty one and duty two? I mean, I have duty twos usually, so I think that's okay. I must analyze which action is the most logical priority based on my ability, the rules, and the immediate threat. You all probably thought that was a toilet joke. I was just talking about my duties in life. I usually get two duties in life that I'm doing, like one duty and another. Get your heads out of the toilets. These sheets are hilarious to me. Like it's that complicated. You need these kind of. I'm not reading these. I'm sorry. That's a little too much. I don't know why it started doing that. Yes, thank you, AI. This is perfect. I will stay on the hidden planet and remain with Sidner Padme Amidala. I will wait for daybreak, and before I do anything else, I will use a secure communication channel to send a discreet coded message to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Requesting an immediate update or investigating into my mother's status on Tatooine. My feelings for Padme must be suppressed, and my worry for my mother must be translated into a logical, cautious action that preserves my ability to help them both in the future. So this actually makes things a little bit complicated, because if he sends a message, is there anything like, can Obi-Wan Kenobi even really do anything? And like, Shumi's death is something that propels Anakin into madness. I do truly believe that. Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi sends back a message to you. But what should he say? By the way, is everything good over here? Anybody have any comments they made? Just making sure. I feel bad sometimes. I do miss out on comments because I'll be on the other screen, and I really hate to do that. So I just want to make sure all of you are all good, all feeling well, doing your duties. Obi-Wan Kenobi sends back a message to you. What should he say? He's too busy to handle the matter himself, but once things are clearer, he will find out what happened. You and Padme continue your love. You talk a lot about sand. How you really don't like sand. Not even sand castles or sand or burying yourself in the sand. It's kind of tough. And you know what? Even though a lot of people make fun of that line, and for sure I will admit I thought it was pretty cringy too. I will admit I do agree. I don't like sand that much either. It does get everywhere. It's so coarse. Yeah, he has a point. I mean, it might not be the best written dialogue, but it's definitely that dialogue that just makes you go, yeah, he is right. He is right. And by the way, I don't despise Attack of the Clone. I'd probably give it a 70 just because I'm merciful. Although 70 for me is not a good grade, just so you know. I mean, it's not that's pretty bad for me, really, because I like stories. I like bad stories. I like all kinds of stories. I can, I'm just gonna like it. I'm probably going to like it. So it's coarse and gets everywhere. You tell Padme about your dream. But the two of you agree, this This might be a pretty boring story, really, because he's not going to want to do any of the things that, to be fair, logically, he probably shouldn't do. It's probably nothing. You consider asking her to marry you. You are deeply and madly in love with her. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and say if that doesn't happen, if he doesn't go after his mom on Tatooine and all of those events don't occur, he doesn't kill those people and stuff or whatever they were, sand people, I think. I kind of forget, to be honest. But if all that doesn't happen, what I believe will happen is that basically it'll just be the decision of whether or not he's going to marry her. And that's pretty much where we might end up ending off, because there's not much else that can happen. So we will go ahead and see how he feels about that. And then we'll decide. So some big changes have happened. And the third one, there's going to be some humongous changes for sure. And it's very doubtful, I think, that he's going to become Darth Vader. But we will see in the next installment. And madly in love with her. You would do anything for her. You think about asking her to marry her. Of course, this would mean you wouldn't be a Jedi. You wouldn't be a Jedi anymore. But you could always do it in secret. Or you could just quit being a Jedi. Or you could quit being a Jedi and choose her. Certainly wouldn't be the worst thing. I mean, why not? Why not? You could protect her, after all. So, what's your decision? Don't marry her. We'll just do this. I think this is cheating, maybe. I don't think it is. I think you can get away with doing this. Don't marry her. Don't marry her. And continue being a Jedi. Marry her. But do it in secret so you can still be a Jedi. Marry her and quit being a Jedi. The choice is yours. Oh, we'll just say, no, we'll just end it there. Okay. So it'll be interesting. This is a big one. The choice presented forces a logical weighing of personal desire, love for Padme, against institutional power and long-term security, the Jedi Order. I must revert to the core logical objective, gaining the power required to secure the future safety of those I care about, Padme and Shumi. So this will definitely be an interesting decision. And I kind of had an idea of what he'd choose originally, but now I'm like, well, he could go either way, really. Logical analysis of marriages, options, okay, spreadsheets, nobody cares. I will continue to protect Padme and cultivate our close relationship within the bounds of the Jedi Code, recognizing that preserving my status as a Jedi is the only logical way to secure the long-term safety of everyone I care about. So I think that he's going to go, okay. So he actually went with what I originally thought he was going to do, which is not marrying her. So I'm going to just read these over and make sure I understand what the AI is saying, because I do want to be professional. It's to free my mother, only as that Jedi with required means permanently abandoning, means permanently. Okay, so he's also thinking about Shumi. Like if he were to marry her, he couldn't help Shumi. Okay. So he's not going to marry her. Okay, that really changes the story quite a lot. You and her are still in love. You admit to her that you want to be a Jedi, that you want to continue your work as a Jedi before marrying her. She agrees this is logical. I think that's it. I thought this one was going to be really long, but I think that's really all we can do until the third episode. Eventually, Obi-Wan, the two of you will spend your time in hiding. Obi-Wan will send you back messages. Something is happening, but he can't be sure what. One of the big questions I had when I was about to do this is whether or not, like, Count Dooku would be like, would he like even be like, how would Palpatine have him found out if Obi-Wan had discovered all this going on? I'm not, I don't know. I do think Palpatine would have waited though a little while. I don't think it would have happened during the Attack of the Clone time. I think that was just how it happened, and it was good for them, but it wasn't like super good. That he probably would have wanted it to happen on his own, like, say. But you all can't tell what. Still, you enjoy your time. And looking up into the stars, you hope that everyone, including your mother, Shumi, is safe. The war has only just begun. The war has only begun. No, you gotta go just begun. All right, well, yeah, I think for the moment, that's all we can do. Let's see what it says here. Just before we end off, I'm going to ignore all that. I will continue to be the dutiful Padawan, but my actions will be driven by the cold, logical priority of gathering intelligence and ensuring preparedness. You do that. Last time we did that, it led to the destruction of like 100 worlds, but I mean, yeah, that's logic for you, though. I've often found in my own life when I try to be logical about things, it just doesn't work. Life, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it works, man. I tried when I was in school to solve the problems that I was given in a logical way, in a simple way. I never got the answer right if I did it that way. I just don't think it works. But I don't know. Anyways, I guess that's it. Yeah, I don't have anything else. I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen. I think we've set it up for the sequel for sure, though. I think the sequel is going to be big. And Revenge of the Sith, if I remember correctly, I am going to have to watch it again. But I remember really liking this one a lot. I will have to check it out and make sure. I don't think it's my favorite. Again, the original trilogy is the best. And to be fair, it's just they got lucky a lot. It was just one of those things that just happened. I think Peter Jackson got lucky. I really do with The Lord of the Rings. I mean, even if there are greater movies made than The Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson did all these like things with CGI and stuff first. He was the first to get to the top of Mount Everest. It's like Star Wars. They got up there first. Everyone remembers the first ones, and they just don't remember the other ones, even if they did do a really good job with the stories. But that's just how life works. That's how winning works sometimes. If you get to be first, you get the glory. It's just how it goes. But I've had a lot of fun with this series. I can't wait to see what happens to Anakin and whether or not he even... And this is funny. I just realized Anakin Skywalker is going through the same thing that Luke Skywalker went in our AI retelling of that, where he doesn't actually know that his caretaker is dead. And isn't that weird? That is weird. It's the exact same thing. Although, to be fair, the prequel series does kind of copy the original trilogy. I'm always surprised that George Lucas says his stories rhyme and that he tries to, like, keep things like it's happening in the same way each time, when this original trilogy really wasn't like that. I noticed things, like in the first one, how they go to Tatooine and they find this boy, and he's going to go on this quest. But it's like so different from A New Hope, The Phantom Menace. I do have to credit them with that. It's a different story, but A New Hope is a lot like The Force Awakens, to the point where some people even just say it's just a direct ripoff. I actually like The Force Awakens a lot, though, but it is a lot like the New Hope. Whereas The Phantom Menace, I will admit, is different from A New Hope in a lot of ways. I guess they still do technically rhyme, but I don't know. I think the original trilogy is a lot different from the prequel trilogy. That's my own professional opinion. They did change things around quite a lot. I'm always surprised George Lucas thinks he was rhyming. And I will say, too, when he said that, I think the series with Daisy Ridley was like very similar to the original because of George Lucas's comment about rhyming. If you think about with a rhyme, you do change around a lot. Like, the ends of both lines shouldn't be the exact same thing. The lines aren't the exact same. It's actually quite different in any rhyme. They'll just be like little hints of things that are similar. So I don't know if the correct move that Daisy Ridley and the gang should have made was to try and copy the original trilogy. I think that was a mistake. But I don't know. They were also working with George Lucas, so maybe he told them that's the way he wanted it done. I think it doesn't work in a lot of ways, especially when you consider Adam Driver being Kylo Ren, being too close to Darth Vader, which doesn't make sense because Darth Vader gets like a whole prequel trilogy around him, and Kylo Ren doesn't get that. So it's like, we never really get to explore Kylo Ren and his descent into madness, at least not in the 9 movies. I'll also say really quick too, and we're pretty much done. This is pretty much the end. I will also say too, I'm not going to count the Clone Wars television show, even though I'm pretty sure that is canon. I just don't want to. I tried to watch it. I haven't been able to get into any of the Star Wars shows. They're just not. I don't know why. I just can't get into it. I'm sure they're good. They probably are. I watched 4 episodes of the Clone War, that Clone War thing. I was like, I'm okay. This isn't for me. And the Mandalorian too. I was like, Baby Yoda's cute and all, but I don't know. I prefer the hour and a half watching time and the hour and a half story to like these 30 minutes or an hour long episodes. I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. Well, all right. Well, I guess I should let you all off. We've been talking, technically, or kind of, for like 2 hours. Show you my Halloween costume real quick. Again, really scary. I'm a bear with an eyeball in his mouth. Oh, look in there. You can see the eye that the bear is eating. Isn't it scary? Ooh, he's coming for your eyes too. Ooh. Don't worry, it's just me. I know this costume is really realistic. This is exactly what a bear man looks like. I have seen grizzly bears. Working with that grizzly bear was fun at the North Pole. One of my favorite jokes ever said on the show was from that grizzly bear, because he's like, I want to do a joke. I was like, well, okay, go off camera and try to improv a joke. He comes out, he delivers like the most perfect improv line that I've ever heard that's ever been done on the show. He was like, I was asking him, why are there just grizzly bears on the North Pole? He's like, no, there's polar bears too, but they blend in with the white background, so all you really see is just this this black circle like floating around. But those are the polar bears. But I always like that line. I think that's funny. That's my kind of comedy. But that is all. That is all for this episode, and I will see you soon with what I consider to be the best of the prequel trilogy. At least I think I'll have to rewatch it again. The Revenge of the Sith. And remember, if you make the logical choice, you will destroy entire worlds. Just everyone, everything is going, everything. And happy Halloween, everyone. Da, 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 episode 2. Not really good, but kind of a guilty pleasure. Kind of good at moments. There's kind of some cool things that happen. Kind of some cool, kind of like that they're in the city. They're kind of hanging out a little bit. It's kind of fun. I don't know. Kind of like Attack of the Clones. One weird scene where Natalie Portman shows off her stomach, and it doesn't really make any sense that her stomach is exposed, but they just go with it, and then she jumps off onto a beast and lands on the beast, and then she kisses Anakin, and it doesn't really make much sense, but it was kind of fun. That whole scene of them attacking in the arena with those monsters, that was pretty fun. Definitely good for toys, and that's fun. Toys are fun. Da 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 da. See you in the galaxy far, far away. Da 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 da. And bye, Steve, too. I'm taking you down as soon as this episode's over. Bye, everyone. We're not going, are we? Maybe we should just stay for a little while. I don't know. I could just keep this episode going. No, I'm not. I got to close up the hole. I don't want the definitely not person getting out of here. Actually, could I have a piece of that chicken? Yeah. Yeah. No? Okay. Well, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But seriously, could I have a piece of the chicken? Okay. A long time ago in a galaxy far away, I said goodbye to y'all. See, that's going to be one of those things when I look back on this, I'm going to be like, I don't get what I was talking about. I really am just talking out my mouth. Definitely. Definitely. Get ready for the best one. You thought I was going to end there, didn't you? I really fooled you. I even clicked the computer just to mess with you all. It's not over yet. I got to come up with the perfect line to end on. And they all lived happily ever after, maybe? No, they might not live happily ever after. This could turn out horrible. Last time it was like the entire destruction of the galaxy. I love you all. Hey, things are going to get better, right? Things are going to get better because I have all of you by my side. And I'm really glad to have you all by my side. Be pretty lonely, cold world without my subscribers. I'm very blessed. Thank you all for joining me on all these adventures, especially the dumb ones. Love you guys.